Hello everybody, here today at the Empire Mine State Park here in Grass Valley. Absolutely beautifully preserved mine carts and hoists and tons of pieces of equipment out here. This whole area is quite large, as you can see, so there's a lot to check out. I'm going to go check in at the office and pay the entrance fee and then check it out. Let's see what is out there. On my way to the visitor center, I noticed this right behind a bench here, a monitor for hydraulic mining. This is one of the smaller ones that I think I've ever seen, but that's still pretty neat. This is pretty neat. Right outside the visitor center, there's an incline shaft. Check that out. There we go. There's a shovel down there. That's pretty cool. Looks like that was the original entrance and this was built later. As you can see from the stack right there, this is an old boiler room. Check that out. There you go. The old boiler. Wow. Pretty neat. This right here is an absolutely huge 10 stamp mill. As you can see, these stamps are made out of solid, heavy steel, and they would smash the rocks up as they fell down in there. Pretty incredible that it is so well preserved, considering the frame's made out of wood. This is typically one of the first things in the mine that they would take, so it's quite rare to see one in such good condition. This is a much smaller 2-stamp mill, and as you can see, this one actually still functions. It's still got grease and everything on it, and it's hooked up to an electric motor here. But aside from that, everything else operates exactly the same way as it did about 100 years ago. Pretty incredible. These foundations here were for stamp mills back in the day, but they have since been removed. And there's the one I was looking at earlier. There were a bunch of them right here, as you can see. And this here is the main mine entrance, at least for this area. This whole mine complex had many different entrances because it was made of multiple mines that connected underground, such as the Idaho Maryland mine, and of course this mine, the Empire Mine. But yeah, I'm going to go inside here and check it out. This right here is the carpenter shop and machine shop, blacksmith shop area for the mine complex, where they would work on the drills and the tools and everything. It's very fascinating. So many artifacts here. This is truly incredible. And to think that it's only $5 for the entrance fee. This is amazing. Here's another view. I believe that's an old lathe or a mill of some sort. It's hard to say. Those big hoists on the like a rail system. That is pretty cool. They're able to move around some really big and heavy pieces of equipment, such as those, I believe those are motors down there. Very big electric motors. Super cool. You can see here the rails where they would bring in mine carts and various pieces of equipment that needed to be repaired. We were just looking at that from the side a second ago. This sure is neat. As much as I really enjoy exploring inside of the mines themselves, the equipment is just as interesting, and it's unfortunately completely gone at the majority of the mines that I visit that are truly abandoned and have not been preserved in any sense. But this is amazing. The original wood floor with the rails through it sure is neat. This is pretty neat too. Kind of a Frankenstein creation here. I believe that this was used as a mill. Yeah, it looks like a ball mill, if I'm not mistaken. And then they put it on wheels so that you can drive it around. It's driven by an electric motor through what looks like some sort of a transfer case or something. Interesting. Those gears, huge. This is the sort of thing that unfortunately is normally long gone. So it is really amazing to be able to see it in person today. I believe these are super old school transformers, and they were used to power this electric hoist. Super cool. Here's an air compressor, another mine cart. Here's the main shaft. Wow, not used to this. A modern concrete staircase that is safe and has handrails. Wow, this is pretty cool. Although, unfortunately, looks like we can't go very far. Sure is pretty neat to see the way that the steel is just turning into flakes at this point, just disintegrating. There's something almost beautiful about it. And as you can see, this incline shaft goes for way down there, quite a ways. Unfortunately though, looks like I won't be able to go any further than this. Here in the blacksmith shop, this is incredible. The fact that most of it's still functional and people still use it is just amazing.
Oh! See, I wanted to go down the top of your shoe. Right?
Here's some creations people have made, candle holders, bottle openers, hooks. Sure is neat. That's a huge building shop there. Wow. But yeah, this sort of thing is more interesting too. This is really one of a kind. You cannot get this at an abandoned mine. This is something that you can only get with preservation or state funding and with an entrance fee, but it is definitely worth it in my opinion.